The Lost Van Gogh is a novel that mixes fact and fiction. It's the story of a hunt for a lost Van Gogh self-portrait that leads my protagonist into one of the darkest eras in history. There's a crime in the past that informs a crime in the present. And I go back and forth in time tracing the painting's route, which finally connects to the present-day adventure and crime. It's really a story about stolen art and what happens to it, but using Van Gogh gave me an opportunity to research one of my favorite artists and also to bust some myths about his life and the ongoing mystery of his death. I'm not going to give anything away here, but let's just say at the end of the book, Luke and Alex make a discovery about what really might have happened on that hot July day in 1890, the last day of Van Gogh's life. One of the great parts of writing this book was the travel and research I did to Amsterdam and Arles, France, and Auvers-sur-Oise, the last place that Van Gogh lived. I went to the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam, and I made my own sketches of Van Gogh's self-portraits, which was a way for me to understand a little bit more about what he was doing and thinking as he made his drawings. I also made a little watercolor of the young Van Gogh. And then when I left Amsterdam, I went to Auvers-sur-Oise, where Van Gogh lived till the end of his life. And he lived in this beautiful place in the center of town, the Auberge Ravou. This is the restaurant, and his table is always set for him in the corner. Nobody eats there. But then I got the great experience of walking upstairs to the attic to see his room, which is like a tiny monk cell. To think that the most famous artist, one of the most famous artists of all time, lived in this tiny little room. It was very moving. And then I walked about 5 minutes out of town to the cemetery where Vincent is buried next to his brother Theo, and they're kind of living together in eternity. It's a very beautiful, also moving moment. I had many surprises writing this book in my research. One was meeting a woman in Amsterdam whose grandfather had owned Van Gogh's painting of Dr. Gachet, a very famous painting, and a painting that was stolen by the Nazis. So at this moment, the two poles of my book, the Nazi art theft and Van Gogh, came together in my life as if fate had brought them together for me. And I think that all of that travel, all of that research, I wanted to put it together in the most thrilling, serious, but exciting way I possibly could. And I hope you'll think so too.